At 25 years old, Maya Thompson was a young, aspiring writer with big dreams. Ever since she was a child, she had dreamed of publishing her own book, inspiring millions of people with her words. But life had been anything but easy. Her mother's illness forced her to drop out of college, and she had spent the past few years juggling multiple part-time jobs just to support her family. Every time she submitted her manuscript to a publisher, she was rejected. One evening, as she scrolled through social media, she saw an announcement. Oprah Winfrey would be speaking at a book event in her city. Maya knew this was an opportunity. But how could she possibly meet Oprah? She was just one person in a sea of thousands. Little did she know, one bold decision would change everything. The day of the event, Maya arrived early and found a seat near the front. When Oprah stepped onto the stage, the energy in the room shifted. Her presence was magnetic, her words powerful. Maya sat mesmerized, listening to her wisdom. Then came the Q&A session. Oprah scanned the audience. Maya's heart pounded. She hesitated, doubting herself. What if I embarrass myself? But then she remembered something. Nothing great ever happens without risk. So she raised her hand. To her shock, Oprah pointed at her. Yes, darling. What's on your mind? Maya swallowed hard before speaking. I want to be a writer, but I keep getting rejected. I'm starting to think I'll never make it. What should I do? A hush fell over the audience. Oprah tilted her head, studying her carefully. Then, with a warm smile, she said, Even if the whole world rejects you, if you don't give up on yourself, you will never fail. Those words struck Maya like lightning, and they would change the course of her life. As Maya prepared to leave, a security officer approached her. Ms. Winfrey would like to speak with you privately. Maya froze. Was this a dream? Minutes later, she found herself sitting across from Oprah Winfrey in a small lounge. Tell me something, sweetheart, Oprah said gently. Have you actually finished your book? Maya hesitated before whispering, No. I was too afraid of rejection, so I never completed it. Oprah nodded knowingly. That's your mistake. If you don't believe in your own work enough to finish it, why should anyone else? Maya felt a lump in her throat. She had been her own biggest obstacle. Read me the first page of your book, Oprah said. Hands shaking, Maya pulled out her notebook and began to read. Oprah listened intensely. When Maya finished, Oprah smiled. This is powerful. The only thing missing is your confidence. At that moment, Maya realized. She had a gift. She just needed to trust herself. Maya, still overwhelmed, asked, Oprah, have you ever wanted to give up? Oprah leaned back and sighed. Of course, I was told I'd never succeed, that I wasn't good enough, but I never let others write my story for me. Maya looked up. What do you mean? Oprah smiled. I wrote my own story, and now it's your turn. That night, Maya went home and for the first time in years began writing with confidence. Months later, Maya finished her book, but when she sent it to publishers, she was rejected again. But this time, she didn't break down. Instead, she remembered Oprah's advice. So she made a bold choice. She self-published her book. She promoted it on social media, reached out to bloggers, and even sent a personal email to Oprah's team. Then, something incredible happened. Her book went viral. Readers shared it everywhere, inspired by her perseverance. Thousands of copies were sold in just a few weeks. And then, one day, Maya received an email that changed everything. Oprah's book club is interested in reviewing your book. Maya was officially invited to Oprah's book club, and soon she found herself on stage with Oprah, who proudly introduced her to the world. This young woman refused to let rejection stop her. She believed in herself, and now she's an inspiration to thousands. As Maya stepped forward, the audience gave her a standing ovation. Fighting back tears, she turned to Oprah and whispered, "Thank you. You changed my life." Oprah smiled. "No, darling. You changed your own life." That day, Maya wasn't just a writer. She was a symbol of resilience. Maya thought that getting into Oprah's book club was the final step to success, but she soon realized that true success isn't about reaching a destination, it's about staying on the journey. After her appearance on Oprah's show, Maya's book sales skyrocketed. She was invited to interviews, podcasts, and even publishing meetings with top industry executives. For the first time, she felt like she had finally made it. But then the pressure hit. With newfound fame came criticism and doubt. Some people dismissed her as just lucky, while others questioned if she could ever write another book as powerful as her first. The self-doubt she thought she had overcome crept back in. What if my next book isn't good enough? She wondered. Oprah, sensing Maya's struggles, invited her for another private meeting. "You've come a long way, Maya," Oprah said. "But do you know the secret to lasting success?" Maya shook her head. "Success isn't about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right, again and again." Oprah leaned forward. "You don't need to write another bestseller just to silence the critics. You need to write because it's who you are, because your voice matters." Maya felt a surge of emotion. She realized she had been so focused on external validation that she forgot why she started writing in the first place. That night, she made a decision. She would stop worrying about the pressure and start writing from the heart again. She picked up her pen, took a deep breath, and began her second book. Months later, Maya completed her second book, one even more personal and powerful than her first. She sent it to her editor, fully expecting another round of doubts and revisions. But this time, something was different. Instead of fear, she felt confidence. Instead of self-doubt, she felt purpose. When her book finally hit the shelves, something incredible happened. It didn't just sell thousands of copies, it started a movement. Maya's story inspired a new generation of writers, many of whom had once given up on their dreams. Young women across the country wrote to her, thanking her for showing them that their voices mattered. One day, as she scrolled through her emails, she saw a message that stopped her in her tracks. It was from Oprah. "I'm so proud of you. Not just for your success, but for your resilience. You have become exactly who you were meant to be." Tears welled up in Maya's eyes. She had once been a young woman filled with doubt and fear, sitting in an audience, hoping for a miracle. Now she was the one giving others hope. That day, she realized, this wasn't just her story anymore. She had written her own destiny, and she was just getting started.